What's up YouTube? How goes it? Welcome to another tech review. Today we're actually reviewing a super popular budget mechanical gaming keyboard. I'm talking about none other than Redragon's Kumara. I hope that's how it's pronounced. Kumara. My bad. Kumara. How am I going to review a product and not know the name? We're reviewing Redragon's Kumara K552 gaming mechanical keyboard. This thing has been over and over said to be one of the best sub $100 keyboards out there, and we're gonna see if it has what it takes to keep that title. Also, I noticed that there's only a handful of review actually going through the white version, which is exactly why I actually opted to review it in that particular color. As always guys, if you enjoyed the content, consider liking this video, subscribing to my channel. Oh, and by the way, I am doing a giveaway. The details are in the video description below. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting off with a super quick unboxing. As you can see, the box is pretty compact and the K552 is right there in the front in the white color we got it in. This is a wired keyboard, of course, and as you make your way to the backside, you have some more additional details about the configuration of this keyboard. Not a whole lot more to see. We'll go ahead and quickly remove that content seal. Once you do that and open the box up, inside the first thing you see, of course, is the keyboard in bubble wrap. This keyboard is seriously super white. Now with that being said, once you actually remove the bubble wrap in the flesh, I have to say, I really like the color over here. It feels different. It seems like it's got a lot of spirit, but let's see what else is there. You can also see that you have the USB cable. Now you only have one USB cable, which basically means there is no bypass, meaning you cannot connect your wireless mouse directly into the keyboard. But that's okay and acceptable. Also, the cable is not braided. Again, this is a budget keyboard and that is totally acceptable. Beyond that, you do have a key switcher, which is quite nice if you actually want to switch the key type or any individual key. And of course, you do get a Redragon sticker if you're into the whole brand my wall thingy. And lastly, you have a instruction booklet with, you know, your quick start information and just warranty details in general. That's pretty much it for everything inside the box. So let's start off with the design of this keyboard. I have to give it to Redragon. At first impressions, this keyboard does not feel like a budget keyboard whatsoever. It feels super nice and premium, at least as far as the eye can tell. Of course, with that being said, when you do get to the keys themselves, they are made of hard TPU or plastic, and that's fine. Although there is a little bit of looseness in the keys, they are slightly finicky, but again, within the margin of acceptability for the most part. Also, it's worth noting this is a 10 keyless keyboard, meaning its super small factor does not allow for the addition of a larger 10 keypad. So if you are someone who does a lot of number crunching, keep that in mind. The final thing I want to mention about this keyboard is that there's no overhead, meaning the cap locks and numlock keys are actually directly above the arrow keys along with the Redragon branding. This is a great thing for someone who loves minimal keyboards. You don't have to worry about having any extra space on this keyboard. You can definitely tell this is a gamer's keyboard. As far as the side and bottom side of the keyboard go, the entire lower half body is made of a metallic finish, which basically means this keyboard feels super premium, and I really like that. It also adds a little bit of weight to it. Also, it's worth noting that you actually have a wire sticking out from the center rear piece of the keyboard because this is of course a wired keyboard. Now, as you get to the bottom side, you do have two height adjusters to make the keyboard slightly taller if you prefer that, and towards the front bottom side, you have two rubber grips to keep the keyboard in place. Let's talk about the backlighting on this keyboard. So obviously this is a fully RGB backlit keyboard. According to Redragon themselves, you actually have a 60% sRGB color spectrum as far as the color of the keys go, and I have to be honest, the colors are super vivid. The brightness levels are more than ample. In fact, often you'll find this is a super bright keyboard. Now with that being said, you do only have a total of 19 pre-built configurations as far as lighting goes, and one of the big flaws here is that all of them are pulse effects, which means you cannot have static lighting on this keyboard. I did try to use the Redragon software. It actually doesn't even install. I don't know if this problem is exclusive to me or not, but after multiple attempts I gave up. So basically you're stuck with pre-configurations that come for the backlighting, and they're all pulsing effects, and if that's something you don't like, this may be a deal breaker for you. Next up, let's talk about the most important aspect of a mechanical keyboard, the typing experience. Now this is a blue switch variant of the K552, which basically means it's super loud and super tactile. And if you have someone sleeping in the same room as you, God have mercy on them when you're using this thing. It behaves exactly how a mechanical keyboard should. It basically has nice pushback. It has this nice high-pitched noise every time you tap on a key, and it feels quite satisfying. Now with that being said, I did notice that the spring has this after recoil noise every time you press on the key that you often find in budget keyboards. So if that's something that bothers you, you may notice that a little bit, but for me personally, this wasn't a big deteriorating factor, and overall I have to say that this keyboard was more than satisfactory, and it definitely feels exactly how a blue switch mechanical keyboard should feel. Have a quick listen for yourself. Of course, since this is a gaming mechanical keyboard, this review would be incomplete if I didn't actually play any games on it, which I did. And I'm happy to say my gaming experience was quite pleasant. Since this is a blue switch keyboard, you get a super tactile response, which also means that you'll enjoy every keystroke. Also, it's worth noting, since this is of course a wired keyboard, there's practically no latency or lag between key input and response. So for those super competitive games, you'll always be on the top of your game. No pun intended. So what's my final take on the K552 keyboard? Look, for a $50 USD keyboard, this is a super well built and nearly premium looking keyboard. It definitely has aspects you'd find in a high-end keyboard, like a metallic finish at the bottom side and a really neat and nice form factor. With that being said, this is not a perfect keyboard. For example, as I mentioned earlier, the keys are slightly loose and wobbly. Nothing too bad, but you do notice it, especially if you're typing fast enough. Furthermore, the biggest downside of this keyboard is its limited lighting options. So it is a rainbow RGB keyboard by default, but you can only change the lightings to have fixed colors, but they'll always be pulsating, and you cannot make this static. Despite the fact that I tried to install Redragon's software, I had no luck, and I definitely think Redragon should seriously focus on making sure their software is working so people can actually customize their keyboards using the Windows software. Also, a good thing about this keyboard is that it's fully compatible with both Windows and macOS, thankfully. Its form factor overall is more than sufficient for a comfortable gaming experience. The blue switch keys act exactly how they should. There is a little bit of spring recoil noise that you hear outside of the normal pitch noise, but again, to me that wasn't a big intrusion, and for most people I don't think it'll make a issue. However, that pulsating light may be fairly distracting for some gamers who don't like having a lot of light flashing, especially when they're gaming, so keep that in mind. All in all, I definitely think this is a great keyboard as long as you're okay with having a wired solution and you don't mind having no 10 keys. You're gonna be totally fine. I think, again, for a sub $100 keyboard, this is a fantastic value. Good job to the Redragon team. If they can sort out the irons, I think this is definitely one of the best budget gaming keyboards out there. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, like this video and please subscribe to my channel. It genuinely means a lot to me, helps me grow and provide awesome quality content for you guys. And again, keep in mind I'm doing a giveaway between now and March 14th. So if you haven't already, look at the details in the video description. Register, it's free, it takes 5 seconds, and you might just be a winner. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Soul of Tech, log it out.